How's it going, everybody? It is your boy Ludo the Programmer here, and in today's video, I think we're going to be covering of course, the Saiyan Day celebration, I guess, campaign info, right, for the units anyway. As the French data miners or leakers correctly predicted, it is in fact a Broly unit, but much to my surprise, it is not a Bio Broly unit, as might have been indicated by the Goten and Trunks that released last month, but rather a first movie, as in movie 8 Broly, from, of course, I believe his original movie, The Legendary Super Saiyan. This info dropped, as you can see, at 2 a.m. last night. The live stream showed this information even earlier, but I happened to be asleep at the time. That's why I didn't post the video then. So we're getting to it now. Anyways, we are going to dive right in. It should be a quick video here. So, taking a look at Broly here, as you can see, he is int. I don't know why the image is not opening. There it is. Okay. He is an int type, which means he'll be getting 5,000 to each of these stats. So he's going to be up to past 17,000 HP, almost 17,000 attack, and a little over 11,000 defense. His lead, as you can see, is somehow this new category, Planetary Destruction or Movie Bosses. I believe that is shown this page. Yeah, here we go. 3 key and 170 to attack and defense, and 132 HP. So it is I think the second or third best possible spread that you can get for a lead like this, right? What I want to touch on before we actually get into the unit details, you can read it yourself if you like, is what could this possibly mean? The category, I mean. His Planetary Destruction category. I'm wondering, really, what would that include? Because you think about it, almost every villain from, let's say, the Saiyan saga onward is technically capable of destroying a planet, and most of them have indicated that they will, like, Frieza, of course, Vegeta, Cell, Majin Buu, like all of the Majin Buus, Beerus. Well, I guess maybe Goku Black wouldn't be on there because he wasn't trying to destroy the planet, so maybe he wouldn't be on there, right? Jiren, of course, wouldn't be on there, but he's not a villain anyway, right? So yeah, as well as I think most of the movie bosses might be on there. It's a little bit weird. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad category, but I'm thinking what it sounds like. It's probably going to be, like, basically extreme class light. What I mean by that is going to be mostly just extreme class enemies, with a couple exceptions. Like I said, Beerus is probably going to be in there, right? And he's obviously a super class enemy in this game. Beerus, probably Champa, right? And any other minor villains that fit in between, right? Like well, I don't know about Zarbon and Dodoria. They weren't really trying to destroy the planet, right? Frieza for sure, right? So I don't know if it's people that were trying to destroy the planet or people that can destroy the planet, because in which case it would literally just be extreme class light, because basically you take every villain card in the game that's from the Saiyan saga onward, right? So a little bit strange there. I would like to see what they do with this category. But anyways, movie bosses lead, right? That's instantly good because we definitely needed a new one. I believe the only ones we had were Turles. Unfortunately, Turles is, well, he's actually still really good, but what he needs is to be paired with his LR counterpart for him to start looking really insane. If you don't have his LR counterpart, he's not going to be looking as good, and you wouldn't be using him as a lead anyway. So of course the next best lead would be Dragon Ball Super Broly, who is not that good either. Offensively, he is still quite an amazing unit, still quite a powerhouse. Defensively, he's sitting about 100k unsupported when transformed, so that's not bad, but then again, it's not good enough in today's meta for at least the harder types of content. He'll be doing a lot of damage, but he won't be able to take as much. This Broly, on the other hand, they decided, you want a Broly unit with insane defense? Here you go. First of all, he's stacking, right? Let's get that out of the way. A brand new unit in 2021 is stacking attack and defense, right? He gives himself 3 key, 180% attack and defense. He has damage reduction, and he has an 18% chance of performing critical hit inherently. Okay? So he's stacking with 180% defense, with damage reduction, with an 11,000 defense stat. Oh my goodness. And he launches an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack, plus an additional 3 key, as well as launching an additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. Also, that's a separate chance, and reduces damage received by 18 and chance of performing critical 10 within the same turn after performing a super attack when there is a pure or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. Okay, that's a bit of a mouthful, but let's try to break it down. So, 3 key 180, we got it. He also reduces damage received and critical hit 18% inherently. He also guarantees an additional that has a medium chance of becoming a super, right? Plus, he has a separate chance. He has a separate part of his passive that gives him an additional 3 key, as well as launching an additional super attack that has a chance of becoming a additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super. My goodness, there's a lot of words here. So let's see what we have so far. So he has 2 guaranteed additional attacks and 2 potential additional super attacks from his passive, right? Then he also reduces damage received by 18%, so that's another 18% damage reduction, as well as an additional 18% critical chance within this same turn after performing a super when there is a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. So yeah, with his full passive, meaning when he is facing a pure or hybrid Saiyans category enemy, he's getting the 180. He's getting 36% damage reduction. He's getting 36% crit chance, right? He's getting 6 key. He's getting, I think, 2 additional attacks. He's getting 2 guaranteed additional attacks that have medium chances to becoming a super. Plus he's stacking. Plus he has an active skill that gives him an additional 6 key and 60% attack, as well as making him super effective for the turn. What the hell? What the hell is this? And it can be activated after performing 4 or more super attacks. So, with the hidden potential system, potentially you could get, if you're lucky enough, you could get 4 super attacks from this man in a single turn. Because, okay, he's going to be getting, depending on what type of enemy you're facing, he's going to be getting 12 key automatically. So that's automatically a super attack. Plus he has 2 separate chances for additional super attacks. So you're up to 3 already. Right? So you get 1 regularly, you get 2 from his passive, and then you factor in 1 more from the hidden potential system. Add that to the fact that he's, again, stacking, right? And oh my goodness, what did they do? What did they do, guys? So his links are Saiyan Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, the Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, Hardened Grudge, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. Berserker and Hardened Grudge are easily his worst links, but everything else is quite good, actually. You see his categories: Planetary Destruction, Inhuman Deeds, Movie Bosses, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Target Goku, as always, and Exploding Rage. In my opinion, he should be on the revenge category, but that's just me, right? The revenge category is very weird with the way it is, the way that works. It seems to be, anyway, that characters who lost a battle against Goku and then came back for revenge. So obviously this Broly is the first time he's ever actually fought Goku, so he wouldn't be on the revenge category according to Dokkan logic, but if it were me, I would have let him be on it. Anyways, regardless of whether he's on this category or not, this is an insane unit. And you see we have another tab open because the banner unit is actually quite nice as well. So I think this Broly has the potential, like, you know, when he's busting out, you know, he gets super effective against all types with his active. So, you know, when he's busting out 4 super attacks with stacking that are super effective against all types, you know, that kind of looked like the best unit in the game to me, right? But operating under the assumption that he only gets 1 or 2 super attacks per turn, I'd still put him in the top 10, maybe even the top 5. I find Goten and Trunks are a little bit more interesting, but that's just me, right? With their 500% attack and defense, right? But that's besides the point. I think this Broly, they finally did a Broly card justice. And what I mean by that is they finally made a Broly that's totally dominant in every respect. Every other Broly card we've had to this point has had one major flaw, or multiple, right, that really held them back from being as good as they could be. So I'm glad they decided to do away with that this time for Saiyan Day. But let's take a look at the banner unit. I have the banner unit in the other tab here. So the banner unit actually has a unit super attack. Glad to see that they're not forgetting about them. So we have, it's a Super Saiyan Trunks teen. So strength type. So let's see here. He leads Hybrid Saiyans 4 key and 120. He raises his attack and defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy. And oh my goodness, 200% attack and defense at turn start, plus a medium chance of launching an additional super attack, meaning they have a medium chance to raise their attack and defense again. But not only that, they're supporting Hybrid Saiyans with 3 key and 40% to attack and defense. What are they doing? They clearly went all out this time. So his categories are, of course, movie heroes, Hybrid Saiyans, time travelers, Future Saga, Vegeta Fam, Super Saiyans, Bond of Master and Disciple, Battle of Wits. I think Battle of Wits is a bit of a strange choice there, but maybe it works. Links are the usual Trunks links, right? Which means they're not bad. They're just limited to Trunks units most of the time. With Messenger from the Future, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Cold Judgment, Royal Lineage, of course, Dismal Future, and Fierce Battle. But really, he has some, you know, I'm trying to think of universal links that most units that on his teams will have. So Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, of course. Royal Lineage he'll share on Vegeta's family. Messenger from the Future he probably shared on Vegeta's family and Bond of Master and Disciple. You know, so he's getting 3 key and 240% attack and defense. Plus he's raising it for a turn. Plus he has a chance to raise it again while he's supporting every other Hybrid Saiyan. Massive buff to Hybrid Saiyans, but that's not all. But we'll get to that in a minute. So massive buffs to Hybrid Saiyans. Literally every Hybrid Saiyan I think got a pretty sizable increase in utility, assuming you have this unit around with them. Because even with Super Saiyan in Fierce Battle and Golden Warrior, with that 3 key and 40%, the amount of links you have start to matter less and less with the category buff this large, right? So, and this is to everyone, regardless of the situation, right? This is just for all category allies. Not to mention that they decided to give him a unit super attack, which means they definitely want you using him with with either the new Gohan that came out from the BoJack movie, like this guy right here, but in his Super Saiyan 2 form, or the Cell Saga one. So he causes supreme damage to the enemy with a medium chance of stunning. Usually, when he gets his unit super attack, he greatly raises his own attack for a return, raises his defense, and causes immense damage to the enemy. This can be activated when there's obviously a Gohan Youth ally attacking in the same turn. And his stun chance goes up to high, I believe. Did he have high before? He had a medium chance, so it goes up to high chance with Gohan. So you're pretty much going to be getting this all the time because, you know, they'll share, whoops, with a Gohan youth, they'll probably share, like I said, they'll share movie heroes, they'll share Hybrid Saiyans, Super Saiyans, Bond of Master and Disciple, I think. They'll probably share that, right? The two major Gohans that I'm thinking about, the LR Cell Saga and the LR Bojack movie will share those categories, right? So yeah, that is pretty insane, and I don't have it pulled up yet, but I'll put it up. I'll pull it up in a minute because they also have an Easy A coming to the celebration. Hold on. Okay, we're back. They didn't. I mean, at least I didn't see. They didn't have it on their Twitter, so luckily I had some screenshots from the Dokkan Now video that they posted earlier that I have on my Discord here. Easy A, of course, as you see, for the desperately needed LR Broly, the original OG STR Broly. Pretty much I would say mostly garbage unit. His only real use was maybe a little bit in the original Super Battle Road. If you had a couple debuffers, like for example, I've seen a pretty good rotation with Omega, this Broly, and of course STR Cell on rotation. This Broly does some decent work with a couple of super attacks, but now they might have made him actually a little too good. So, leader skill. Remember, this is the first Easy A, the second summonable LR Easy A, technically. Because obviously we had LR Hercule Easy A, right? And he's technically summonable. But you know what I mean when I say summonable, right? So, this guy, 4 key, 120 to stats, right? But the lead isn't really what's important here. His super attack effects, now he raises his attack and defense for 1 turn on both of them. He keeps the original effects of causing colossal damage to all enemy and causing mega colossal to a single enemy. What else do we have here? In his passive skill, of course, the really important part. So he gets 50% instead of nothing before. Remember, he had a flat boost. I believe he had 80,000 attack on super, but defense minus 20,000 on super attack. I can't remember if that's stacked with additional super attacks, as in he would get 160,000, but then defense minus 40,000. I don't remember, but either way, debuffing your own defense is usually never good, especially when your offense isn't nearly as high as the units who can not only defend better, but also do more damage in today's meta. But they decided, enough of the memes, this Broly is going to be dominant. So he gets 50% off RIP, plus an additional 50%, and launches an additional super when performing a super attack. So he's up to 100% there. 5 key when there are pure or hybrid Saiyans category enemies. But also, his attacks are super effective against all types, as well as guaranteed to hit if there is a Goku family category enemy. Very good. So he's getting 50% here, 50% on super, plus a guaranteed additional super. Plus, you remember, he's raising attack and defense on both of his super attacks, and he's getting guaranteed at least 2 super attacks, potentially 3 with the hidden potential system. And this Broly is insane, right? I don't have stats pulled up, but if you remember, take my word for it if you don't remember, this Broly's attack stat is like 22 or 23,000. So he'll be hitting insane numbers. His defense stat, I don't think is nearly as high. It might be like 10,000 or something. 11,000 maybe, but that's not too bad considering that he's going to be getting 50% here and another 50%, which I think calculates separately when he's performing a super, as well as raising it at least 2 times on his super attack. Plus he's getting an additional key 5, so those key issues that you might have had are no longer a thing, because pure and hybrid Saiyans has the cooler effect. That's a fairly decent portion of the game. I think it's a little bit less than half of every event in the game. You know, so yeah, this guy is really good. Everything about this celebration appears to be really good. I'm excited for this guy's EZA event because I love the stones, as well as the challenge. Now I don't feel upset that I pulled him during the 6-year anniversary. I'm noticing that this video is now over 20 minutes long, and usually I do not go on for that long, but I guess I did have a lot to talk about with considering what his category would mean and just being in awe at how good these units are. But that's gonna do it for me this time though. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like or subscribe even, especially if you learned something new. Leave a dislike if you didn't enjoy the video or perhaps even didn't learn anything. My name is Luna, also known as Luna the Programmer, and I will see you guys next time.